Good evening, people of light, life, and dark. I wanted to talk today about this evening about, and I hope all is well out there with you as it is with me. Touch on how they're still giving out the flu shot in such set times of an epidemic. And we all know that flu shots just make you sick. It makes a lot of, and people do have adverse uh, issues with the flu once they given the flu shots as well, and it almost to the point of death for some. Um, I don't quite get why. I don't quite get why they would be out here still offering flu shots when you have a respiratory attacker out here. That they already know that getting the flu shot really doesn't fight against. But wouldn't that cause having a flu shot cause an issue, because they've been having issues with the flu shots vaccines. Remember, we go back a couple of years, they had to recall flu shot vaccines. Um, they were not good, and they were uh, causing more of an issue. They weren't strong enough because a new strand of the flu was out. So I just wanted to bring this to y'all's attention really quickly, because I've been hearing how bad the pandemic is getting and people getting sick. And I want to say that they're still giving the flu shots, and people are still getting a host of other shots out here. Now, whether you trust Big Pharma with your health or not, um, is beside the point right now. Many people have to open their eyes up to see what is really going down. Um, because you can see for yourself pretty much. You know, if you're not sick and you're taking preventive measurements, and those preventive measurements is calling for you to go and get a vaccine, and that vaccine makes you sick or makes a loved one sick, then maybe that's what the problem is having this vaccine. So I just wanted to put out there my question. Could this be what is making majority of these people sick? I mean, who knows what they put in the flu vaccine? Who knows? But people really truly believe, I'm serious, people really truly believe that they must go out and get the flu vaccine. There's many people that, as many people like us that are against the vaccine, there are people that really truly believe in the vaccines, and they don't see any harm in them whatsoever. Because you don't know, everybody reacts differently with vaccines. Some people you won't see an effect for a vaccine for maybe years down the line. It all depends on how strong your immune system is in the first place. So, okay, Camp Powhatan, I'll put my email in the chat. Or after, if it doesn't allow me to put my email in the chat, let me see. I'll put it in the private chat because I don't think it lets me do the regular chat. Uh, Let me put it in the Gmail. Ooh. I don't know if it's gonna allow me to do. Um, Let me see something. I don't know how to make you a guest. Guest. Okay. Invite. Okay. Camp. All I could do was make you a guest because I don't. And so in making you a guest, you can get my email once you log on to the guest. Once you log on and come up here as a guest, you can get in the private chat and see where I left my email. Or you can wait until after the stream is finished and I'll put my email in the chat. But like I'm saying, they I mean it's a very dangerous thing right now that we're playing. We trust these people. We trust these criminals that were set up to cause this pandemic. But yet we trust them. Um, Let me see. It won't let me type in. It won't let me type in the comments either. It won't let me type in the chat. No, it won't let me. No, it won't let me. I can only type in the private chat. So yeah, Camp, if you want to just wait, it's fine. But I just wanted to come on here quickly and think about this. But we can clearly see it. It's so funny. I also want to talk about how powerful the media is. The almighty powerful media. Thank goodness that it was used for a tool against us. Because that no weapon formed against me shall prosper when I'm wise to the game. No weapon against me shall prosper when I'm wise to the game. So, mainstream media is a gift. It's a gift. What was meant to be a weapon has been turned into a gift in these times and days. So I can now in my wisdom watch the mainstream media and get all the information. Not only that, I talked about how satellites, these information is going out into space. And these people do not know the world. They don't know the world like they think they know the world. But everything we do, Big Brother is a gift to the world. I'm glad my neighbors have a camera on their house. I don't have a camera. I want one, but it's a gift for eyes to see. Peace, love, and woke. I know. I'm an interior designer, but I wanted to be an architect. So I kind of do. I focus on architecture more because I like to do the work. I like to work on the program, the architecture program. and I like to do the whole house. So I love I love to do the floor plans for stuff like this because I think that the human being need a house that does not keep us into four walls, but we need open. We need open for our mental health as human beings on the planet. So that's my dream. I've had a vision of each person living in a place like this, living in a place that's kind of open, you know. You at least you get that sun where you can connect with nature as well. But you as a graphic designer, great, great. Yes. Yeah, I can sit for it's addicting. I can sit for days working on the program and constructing. It's good for the mind to figure out puzzles. It's nothing like it. It's like it's life to me. It's love, you know. Exactly. We need to connect with the earth again. We really do. We need to get out of this. We've already been programmed into our own death of life, put off our true paths. And one of the things is these people telling us that we need to allow them to penetrate our defenses. Our first defense is our skin. Our first defense is the skin that we live in. It's also an organ. So they stick a needle. They're able to stick a needle and it causes all kinds of issues for our future health. It weakens our resolve. It really weakens our resolve, you know, physically. So I pretty much given up on taking vaccines. I stopped doing vaccines. I stopped doing vaccines for my children. And the vaccines I did do for my children, I ended up detoxing it out of their system. And, you know, because I don't want it to affect them. And I think it affects the children's behavior. It causes them to have issues because it affects their brain. It affects their growth. Many people may not agree, but we can both agree, you know, we all can agree that it's not natural. And anything unnatural is going to affect us. It's going to have an effect upon us. It's natural for us to be sick. It's natural to be sick because that's the body's way of telling you that you're around something or something you're not doing right. Our body speaks to us. So being in tune with self is very critical in that aspect. Because when we're in tune with self, we're listening to the body tell us when it's not well. And we're listening to what it's telling us so we can correct the situation. But if we're running to a doctor that's giving us a unnatural stuff that we weren't born with, I wasn't born with a vaccine needle beside me saying that I need to do this at a certain time. The same way I wasn't born with a Bible beside me telling me that there's a God outside of me that's going to do something for me. So I just give it all to him. No, that's not what I'm here for. You know, and being cheated out of that information of what I'm here for is putting me off my path, my journey into myself, and what I was placed here for as a being, as a light being. But that's beyond me. Why are they still giving people the flu shot and people are getting sick? But we're to trust, and I'm just, my thing is also the military. I've seen videos of people getting the COVID who had the COVID vaccine. And I'm hoping to goodness that they're not giving it to our military, because our military is our first defense right now. And that giving it to our military and our military gets sick from it, that's an attack on us. That's a big attack. That would be a big attack. And I just feel like the vaccines are not really, really, I don't trust it at all. Zero. Zilch. These things can be used as weapons, is what I'm saying. And it's not like a conspiracy theory would be like something that never happened before and people are blabbering their mouth about, because and they don't, has no substant, it's not been substantiated. But the thing about it, these things are substantial because they have happened in the past, and chemical warfare is very real. It's very real. I don't care if it's domestic. It's very real. It's very real. Yeah. Hey, Kia, how are you doing this evening? Yeah, hey, Shay Boykin. Yeah, this is very real, very, very real. And it's not a theoretical. It's not theoretical at whatsoever. It's happened. And they can't knock it. They can't knock it. Because to knock it is to leave a people vulnerable. It's to make a world vulnerable. And it's acceptable to anything. It's very dangerous. And that's all I wanted to talk about, because, it's something that was of concern for me and something that I can see, especially with these numbers going up and issues. But not like I believe what the mainstream media says. I think it's a lot of farce. But if people are really generally getting sick, then we have to think about the flu shot and how a few years ago they had to recall the flu shot because it was another, and they keep getting different strands of it. They keep having different strands of it. It keeps changing, like the so-called COVID thing is changing. But if you weren't putting people, subjecting people to the shots, vaccines, perhaps people wouldn't be getting sick. Hey, Riz. How are you doing this evening? I hope all is well with you guys. So thank you all for being here. I won't hold y'all too long. I just wanted to come on and get us to, think critically. Let me get in the house. I think I've been here too long. So with that said, true love, real peace, and the higher self within. Till next time, peace.